It's still thinking, and I think we are now live. We are now live. Let's wait for a few people to get in here. I think if you refresh your web browser, it should be up now. That is. Let me go ahead and get set up here so I can chat. We already have people in here. Sir Thrifts is in here. What's going on, girl? Welcome in. Stephanie, what's going on? Michelle, welcome in. We have some. Oh, we have another Stephanie in here. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. All right. This is Wade's Ventures. And sorry if my voice is scratchy. It's just one of those months. I never get sick, but I think I'm getting sick. What's going on, James? The Quality Product. That is actually a really awesome name, by the way. Oh, Genamine's in here. You guys should go check out that video I did. All right. So Cindy, Barry, man, Lauren, welcome in. Welcome in. I heard you were at the reseller event. That's amazing. Moonlight. I think I've got a spot open tomorrow. I'd love to have you on the channel. Just message me. Lisa. All right. Let's get into this. We've got a lot of people joining here, and this is all about you. Okay. So, guys, welcome to Wade's Ventures YouTube channel. I am extremely excited to show our next guest. And so I'm going to go ahead and let him introduce himself and kind of tell us a little bit of back-end story. So go ahead, take it away, buddy.
All right. So is the mute microphone thing, is that working?
Yep. You have a beautiful voice.
Okay. So, hi, how's it going? My name's Cody, going by Flips for Trips on the YouTube and Instagram. And I started reselling last year at the very beginning of 2017. And I did it kind of like part-time. I wasn't doing anything else, but I wasn't taking it as serious as possible. And last year I did like just over 80,000 in sales. So this year I'm taking it a lot more serious to see how big I can build it. And and it's Flips for Trips because I like to use the profit from that to fund my various travel ventures.
Okay, so I'm gonna have fun with you with these questions, guys. And those of you who don't know, the purpose of this show, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, but actually tomorrow we're doing it again because I missed Monday. So we're doing it again tomorrow. But the purpose of this show, guys, is I have a passion with finding new people in the reseller community that you guys may not have seen live on YouTube. It's just like fun for me. It's fun to uncover people because there's just so many different things that people are doing that nobody really can see because they're not on, YouTube live, right? So that's what we do here. And I've got a series of questions to ask. And the first question is are you full-time, part-time? And how's that all working out for you right now?
I'm definitely full-time. This is what I'm doing. And also like a little bit of a backstory. I actually got my degree in nuclear engineering, and I specialize in like radioactive waste. And so at the end of 2016, I finished up a project at a lab, and I moved home to help my dad out. And so that's when I started selling on eBay and Amazon, was at the beginning of 2017 when I moved home. And I'm full-time now because I have a lot more freedom and time off to travel than I would with a nuclear engineering job.
Let's just say that is the most amazing thing ever. I almost feel like I can trust you with my life, having that background. That's incredible. That is incredible. Can you imagine you've seen these interviews, right? And everybody that's on here has or had amazing jobs. They didn't need to do eBay. And it's funny. I interview people that love their job, but they love eBay and selling online more. Like they're leaving these amazing jobs and going to eBay, which is not bad. It's just saying that, it's very addicting to be able to buy and shop for stuff you like and sell it online. Wouldn't you say?
Oh, definitely. Definitely. And also like, and not have to ask your boss if it's okay to take a month off or 2 months off. That's amazing. I was watching somebody else's live video, and somebody in the chat also made the comment, like she was considered doing it and she had a PhD in biology. And I was like, hey, I don't think you'll regret it if you do.
All right. So what state are you currently in? I don't know if you've already said that or not, but let's go ahead and give the viewers that information, because the reason I asked this is to kind of find out where you're thrifting at around you.
Yeah, so I'm based out of Baytown, Texas, which is just outside of Houston. So there's thrift stores and pawn shops for days.
And what you know, thrift shops, pawn shops, like tell me a little bit about where you're sourcing. How many days are you sourcing? What's a day in the life of you?
I try to spend 2 days a week, all day hitting up thrift stores and pawn shops. Like I'll do like a Tuesday and Thursday, Monday and Wednesday. I just pick 2 days a week, and I have a little section of Houston. So I actually made some printouts for you. When I say like Houston has like so much thing, this is Houston, the greater Houston area compared to Connecticut.
Wow.
So it's about the size of Connecticut. And so what I do is I pick a different area of Houston to hit up, and I'll make a map and make a route with the best way to hit up every thrift store and pawn shop in those areas. And then I mark them off, right? So here's my map that I mark off as I go to those areas. And like this is since the beginning of the year, and I still haven't been able to go to every thrift store pawn shop.
Pretty amazing. And that, I mean, Texas can be its own country, right? I mean, that's massive.
Yeah, it's huge. I think that pulled up some other ones. Like here you go. Here's Texas compared to Eastern Europe.
Oh my gosh.
So that was just kind of funny when I started pulling stuff up.
Yes, that is amazing. So guys, those of you who don't know, this is going to be a little bit different interview because towards the end we have a haul video, and we're a haul basically, and we have a massive haul for you guys. So we're going to cut a little bit short with the questions, but that doesn't mean we can't have questions. So if you guys have questions, put it in the chat. Let us know. Flipping Dailies in the house, guys. Go watch that last video after this is done. He's amazing. James Thrift, always leaving me the kindest comments in YouTube. I appreciate it, buddy. All right, so let's go on to this. What are you passionate about selling? So you sell a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff behind you that you're going to show us that you thrifted. But what are you passionate about selling? What gets you out of bed to sell on eBay?
Well, since day one, it's been video games. I mean, that's how I got started. I got started while I was working at that national lab. I would always have I had like 3 monitors, and one would always have YouTube up. And I would just listen to a video in the background. And it was a guy named Metal Jesus Rocks who talks about old and vintage video games a lot. And then from that, it came across these people that go game hunting. And then it talked about the people that were selling the video games. And that's what kind of got me into selling, is like funding both my video game passion and making a little side money off of it. So video games, number one. And then after that, it would just be the crazy home runs, like obscure things that like nobody expects.
Now, I could be wrong, but aren't you quite the golfer?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was actually I was a professional caddy before I transferred up to A&M.
Nice. You know, those of you who don't know, like I used to golf for my corporate job, and they had to literally replant the grass behind me every single time.
Taking out the turf divots.
Yeah, it's so bad. I'm like Mike or what Gilmore out there, whatever that movie was. I can't remember, but it was horrible. It was horrible.
We like to call those hair pieces.
Yeah,
out. It's a nice little hair piece.
Massive. Yeah, they literally had to replant the grass. I mean, they charged me extra every time I go to golf courses around here. It's bad. But all right, so we now know what you're passionate about. And by the way, I love video games too. What's your 2018 goals this year? Because I know you have some hefty sales goals on eBay. What are those goals for the remainder of the year? So
my goal for 2018 in its entirety was to sell $250,000. And so those numbers so far, I did stagger them to where I was accounting for 30 to 50% of my sales coming in the fourth quarter. But even with that, I'm exceeding all of my goals by more than 20%. Like my goal for January was 9,500. I have it pulled up on this screen, but it was 9,500, and I did 12,500. my goal for February was 11,000, and I did 13,500. And then my goal for March is 14,000, and almost halfway through, and I'm already over 11,000.
That is full-time job money right there. That's amazing.
Well, that's kind of another thing I had to do to justify it. It's like, if I am going to do this, I have to take it serious, because I can easily just go kick back and get the easy 6-figure job with the engineering degree. So I need to, prove that I can do just as good, if not better, with eBay and Amazon.
And live on your own terms. I think that's the biggest thing with eBay, is living on your own terms. That's what I'm looking for. I want to be able to like live on my own terms, wake up every morning and let, if I want to work hard, and get these whatever, dreams or aspirations or goals that I have, I can do it on my own terms. So that's really cool. And that's amazing amount of money, especially starting out like a year and a half ago. That's crazy. So how has reselling changed your life? And the reason I asked this question is I want to know, like, it's different for every single person. So for me, reselling has changed my life because it gives me freedom, gives me the opportunity. It's going to give me the opportunity to spend way more time with the family and get to know so many people around the United States that I never would have met before. So how has reselling personally changed your life?
Man, I think personally it's just more the freedom. I mean, from the outside looking in, I probably work harder at reselling than I would at a normal job. But to me, it's not really work, because it's fun. And it, like, whereas normally if I was to work at a job, I would get home from the lab, and then I'd turn on a movie or turn on TV and kick back, maybe play some video games. And now it's kind of like a nonstop hustle, which I guess it does make me more active and make me move more. And again, it's the freedom. Like, I've always liked to travel. So now it's just a whole nother level of, like, I don't say no to any trip opportunity. I'm there if somebody asks.
So tell me a little bit about your family life, if you don't mind. Like, are you married? Are you not married? Do you have any kids?
No, not married. I do have a girlfriend. And then right now, I still live at home with Dad, which is nice, because that saves me, an extra amount of money. But I'm considering moving out really soon for the space.
If you're making $12,000 a month, 9 to 12,000, stay home with Dad. Milk that as much as you can.
Well, he just retired, and he's about to renovate his house. So it's kind of and I've already used up pretty much every ounce of space that I can. This is like the back spare bedroom. It was storage. I made it kind of like the Amazon FBA office, and then there's like a tool shed in the back of the house behind the garage that I made the eBay storage room.
So that's a good question. Like, what platforms are you selling on? It sounds like Amazon, eBay, any others?
No, just those two right now. I've heard a lot of good things about the Poshmark and Mercari and the other ones, Etsy, but I will look into it, because right now I do everything myself. I don't have any help. I don't have any virtual assistants or anything like that, but I see the vast benefits of it. And so if I was to get into a bigger space, I would source more inventory, have a photographer, and then have virtual assistant listers. And to me, that just seems like the way to go.
Yep. You can be as, I cut out TV pretty much. I mean, I have like 2 shows that I can't live without, Game of Thrones and a few others, but the vast majority of TV I cut out, and then that saved me a lot of time. And then I'll be going full-time reselling soon, and that's going to save me a lot of time. Like, I'm trying to be as efficient as possible, but at the end of the day, we can only work as much as we can work. So virtual assistants, and photographers locally that come to your place and photograph for you while you can do other stuff will definitely help kind of grow your business. You can only do as much as you can after you're efficient. So that is interesting. If you were single, I was going to plug you in and see if any single ladies were interested, but that would be that's not the case, and that hasn't been the case yet. So all right, so let's go on to the next here. How has social media supported your reselling? Like, for example, for me, social media is everything. Like I feel that everybody in this chat, everybody that's on Instagram is an extended family of mine, and they all know me. I'm starting to know them. So how has social media changed your outlook and changed your process with selling online?
Yeah. All right. So the quick answer would be, I wouldn't say it's necessarily changed my selling, right? I could easily take out social media and do the same numbers. Those don't affect my numbers. But what it does change is when you do this, as many people know, it's a lonely job, right? You spend a lot of time by yourself. Now you interact with managers at thrift stores and pawn shops, and you have your mailman you become friends with, and but the social media and posting stuff on thrift stores and or of thrift finds and doing the YouTube videos gets that interaction from people in the comments from strangers that makes you feel good. It makes you like, it's happy that somebody else can appreciate, that you just found something for $4, and it just kind of, it gives you that sense of community, which I hear a lot of people say. It gives you that sense of community that helps you keep going.
So, we got a couple questions, and I've got a really good one for you. Cindy says, who ships for you when you travel, or do you put maybe your store on vacation mode? And then we have another question. What do you do while you list? I think that's a really cool question. Like some people listen to music, some people watch TV, some people do it in silence. Some people do yoga while they list. Some people like 10K on the Bay does live shows with these amazing cool glasses while he lists. So what do you do while you list? Do you have any routine?
So for the first question, yeah, for shipping, I ship everything. I prefer Amazon because, it still sells while I'm traveling. So I try to do more in Amazon. Like about 2/3 of my sales come from Amazon right now. And when I travel, I just turn my eBay store off and I just don't have any sales while I'm away because I do the 1-day handling. And for while I list, I like documentaries. Like I do get into some shows every now and then. I love watching documentaries and learning about something new. So I just have a documentary on, and most of the time I'm listening while I'm kicking back in bed with the documentary on, just knocking it out.
Documentaries are my thing too. Like I love food documentaries. I think that's amazing.
Oh man.
So
but yeah, I love them too. But then when I'm out thrifting, it's like, no, I can't eat there. I can't eat there. I can't eat there. No, that's bad for me.
Like forks over knives. Oh my gosh, there was one that, oh man, I can't think of the name, but it was about just the process in which, like back in the 60s and 70s, how the chicken breasts were like kind of small, and now that they pumped them up with so much stuff, they're like twice as big. Anyways, it's incredible, some of the documentaries that I watch. All right, so I'm gonna ask you this.
I mean, that's the reason I'm drinking some juice right now.
Well, you're fit. I think it's really important. Like especially when I go full time, which is going to be here very soon. I want to really watch my health. So Gina's coming in late. Do you mind? I've got some really good feedback here, and people are really like, for me, like my job that I have now trains you to take feedback, good or bad, right? And I get a lot of feedback that some people join late and they want to know like a quick 30-second bio on you again. Can you go ahead and give an introduction for those of you who just joined, so they can know who we're talking to?
Yeah, so my name's Cody. I'm using the name Flips for Trips. I got my degree in nuclear engineering, but last year I was at home and started selling on eBay and Amazon. And instead of going and getting an engineering job, I decided to do this full time so that I would have more freedom to travel. So I do it to obviously make money and pay the bills, but also to not have to request time off from a boss. I mean, it's all about, for me, reselling, making money, and traveling and new experiences.
So I've got a great one for you. And I this wasn't, by the way, guys, he hasn't seen the list of questions. These are all raw questions. So I like to keep it that way. I want to keep you guys on your toes when I'm interviewing you. But that being said, what does your family think of you selling on eBay? Like, what does your girlfriend and your dad think of you selling on eBay?
So I mean, I guess the the biggest question is like, why don't you go get a nuclear engineering job, right? Because I can easily go get a 6-figure job with nuclear engineering. And it's also, they always say, yeah, but what about the benefits? Like, because that's the big thing, right? That's what you miss, which is why you're waiting to go full time, right? Is you're waiting for the health thing to kick in.
Yep.
And so the benefits is the biggest question. And they ask me about it, and I just say, like, for example, if you get paid $50,000 and you have like $30,000 in benefits, what's the difference of getting paid $80,000? Like,
Nothing.
Right. So, and then the big thing is retirement and pension. Like my dad just retired from Exxon, which they're one of the last companies that have a pension plan. That's not the norm. And so again, it's for me, it's the key is I stay broke, which is the other key for the growth. Is I look at how much money I've made and what pays the bills. Whatever's left over, I just go spend it all on new stuff to the list or send it to Amazon. And so that's the key for me to the growth. As far as the girlfriend, she understands because I mean she sees the numbers, and so she understands where it goes. I mean, right now, obviously, I stay broke, so technically, I make no money because I either pay bills or reinvest everything with a little set aside for like a nest egg. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, she just sees the numbers, so you can't argue with numbers.
No, that's awesome.
It's like one of those very controversial guys. I love his saying. He's like, I don't care about your opinions or your feelings. I care about facts and statistics. With that being said, here they are.
Yeah. No, that's amazing. I feel the same way in that regard. Like, you got to reinvest in your business. Obviously, save a little bit, but reinvest. Maybe you may need to mute me back on the computer there. But all right, so let's get into the haul, guys. This is the best part. This is what you guys wait for. I like to do, a lot of YouTubers, they do amazing work, but I like to switch it up just a little bit with the haul video because I know you guys are listening, but now you can see these amazing items that we thrift, or not amazing. So I'm gonna let you go first. I'll let you pick. You've got electronics, clothes. You just have a ton of stuff back there. Grab a box and let's do this haul. I'm curious.
So what do the people want first? They want clothes, like accessories and shoes, or electronics and video games?
Let's go ahead and do let's do a poll. Let's see what people want. You guys put it in chat. And I've got 4 items I'm going to throw out there too that I did on Salvation Army today. So, and while we're waiting for this haul, hit the like button so more people can discover this amazing reseller. So it's right below the video, if you guys don't mind.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like, Wade, I just wanted to put it on here first. Like, I appreciate you having me on because I think it's awesome what you do, man. I love the networking and the interview and talking to people. Even if I'm like have no interest in going into their industry, I just love interviewing people on their own just to find out, learn about what they do as much as I can. So I appreciate what you do, and I think it's amazing.
So we have 70 people right now, and I honestly appreciate you saying that because I came up with this idea in the shower. Like all my good ideas, I come up in the shower for some reason. And it's just like, you're not doing anything. You're just like in the shower and came up with this idea. And I am not turning back. Originally, I was going to do it for a month. And now I'm thinking I'll just finish up for the remainder of the year. Like 3 times a week, I'll do this amazing interviews because there's so many people like flipping daily, like Jenamine, who's in the chat. And we have, Mama that was on, and just Farm Girl Scavenger that was on. And we had Gina that was on. And like, the list goes on. So it's really cool to meet you guys. And more importantly, I feel like I'm a part of your life a little bit, your reselling life when we do this. So it's really cool. But I think we have a consensus here and people would like to do clothes. So let's do clothes, then let's do electronics, and then let's do shoes.
All right, so I just do a shameless plug. Like I started my YouTube channel like 3 weeks ago. My goal is to put out 2 videos a week. because I do edit them a tiny bit, so it does take long, and it takes extremely long to upload YouTube videos. But all this stuff will be in the haul video, and plus whatever I get in the garage sales this weekend. But first, since this is kind of the most relevant, I want to start out with these because I got two of them. They're both, striped polo shirts. But if you notice, they have these little flags on them, and that's the master symbol. And for anybody who knows golf, the Masters is coming up. It's usually in April. So these are about to, these will probably sell as soon as I list them because the Masters are coming up so soon.
And those of you who do, can you some people are asking what your YouTube channel name is, and guys, I'm going to put it in the chat for you guys to subscribe, and I really hope all you guys do this, because what's going to happen is I'm waiting for a little bit of time to pass, and then every week the 3 people that I interviewed, we're going to do a Brady Bunch recap for half an hour to 45 minutes. And so you guys want to kind of be a part of their life. That way when we do the recap, you'll know what's going on.
Right on. So the Instagram is Flips for Trips, which is flips and then the number 4 and then trips. But for YouTube, it wouldn't let me use a number, so it's just flips and then FOR trips. I think you're muted, Wade.
Oh, I am. Whew, man, that's twice in a row. Last 2 shows. All right, so I'm trying to spare you guys from coughing in the mic, but we have Karen in chat, and Karen, I would love for you to join the channel. Just let me know what date works best for you, and I'd love to have you and your husband on. I think that's correct. But yeah, let's continue with the haul video. I thought I would shout them out. They have got a really great YouTube channel. I subscribed a few days ago, so.
Okay, yeah, and I'll just mention all these. These were all at one thrift store. It was half off day, so these were $6.20. So I got these for like $3.10 a piece for the master shirts. And then another thing is this Louis Garneau, which is a cycling brand, but it's a jacket. Now, some cycling shirts sell for really good money, some don't. I'm not that specialized to know the difference, but this is a jacket, so obviously it'll go for a little more. It does have the water bottle holders in the back of it, so I got that jacket. And then of course the Brooks Brothers with the little hanging sheep logo. Let's see that little guy there, Brooks Brothers polo, so I paid like $4 for that. Then this Oakley hoodie, and I got this for like $2, but it's an Oakley hoodie. And also, something I don't like about this particular Value Village is they staple the tags or the price tags right on over top of all the name brand tags. So every single tag, when it looks interesting, you have to look up and move the price tag around and be like, oh, okay, that is Oakley. And then this Fox hoodie. It's like Fox Racing, it's not zipped up, but it's like the little wolf thing is the symbol. See if I can get it to show. It's kind of like the symbol, but Fox hoodie.
We have a question in chat. How much do you list your Masters polos for? I'm assuming more now because it's coming up golf season, right?
Yeah, so my new criteria, because when you start off, you list everything around the house and you'll list and stuff for $10. But my new criteria is to try not to buy anything unless I can sell it for $30 or more. Obviously, I still buy a bunch of stuff that doesn't meet that criteria, but that's my main thing. So I'll probably list them together since I think they're all the same size. I'll have to measure it because the size tag is not on them. But I'll probably list them together for like $35.
That's actually really. And by the way, I sold a ton of Oakley polo shirts, pure white ones, 2 of them, one for $65, and I can't remember the other price I sold the other one for, but they flew off the shelf, or flew out of my bins. Actually, is a better word for it.
Yeah, and that's like another thing too. I was gonna say about the lotting. Like sometimes when I'll go to a store, like they'll have like plain Columbia PFG shirts, which as good as they are, I'm not gonna pay like $6 for them. However, if they have three of them, different colors, all the same size, right next to each other, I will grab all three of them and then list them all together at 60.
And real quick, while we're in between the hall here, I forgot to ask you, like, do you have any hacks, tricks, anything like it could be anything reseller related, shipping, the way you thrift for items, like anything you can give the audience?
So I mean, the best like advice I can give for the hack is you make all your money. This is a common saying. You make all your money when you buy the item. So it's being personable with the people, like getting to know them, be very personal with the people when you're buying. And then when you're selling, you want it to be completely business. So it's kind of a different mindset. But I guess the biggest tip I can give is just how you handle the transaction at pawn shops. Because pawn shops are so negotiable. That's like I can make a living just off going to pawn shops and like with the video games. And so the biggest tip that I can give is never ask the price of what you're interested in first. Ask the price of something you're not interested in first. Because if you ask them like you want something, you ask what's the price of that item, they're gonna be like they're gonna give you a price. But then if you say what's the price of this other item that you're really not interested in, they're gonna say a price, and you're like, oh no, what's the price on this item, which is the item you're really interested in, and they're gonna think because you backed out of that that their price was a little high, and so they'll be a little bit lower on the next price.
You just blew my mind. That is an amazing, amazing hack, guys. Not only that's an amazing negotiating hack because not only do you get to see, not only do you get to kind of like let them know, hey, maybe it was too high, maybe they'll lower the next item, the item that you're interested in, but it'll also let you gauge how much they're going lower on that first item to see how much, how much they typically go, right?
Right. I mean, it's so useful. Like, and then you can reverse engineer it too. Like if you're interested in like a newer item at a pawn shop, let's talk video games. So I always ask them when I walk in, how much are the PS3 and 360 games? That's always the first question, which they'll say anywhere from like $3 to $5, or they'll say it depends on the game. And then you say from there, oh, well then how much are the PS2 and older games? Because then at that point they're going to say $1 or $2. And then you already have this $1-2 price, and then you say, all right, now how much are the PS4 and Xbox One games if I get a bunch of them? And then they'll be like, well, we'll see what we can work out. And I mean, I can usually get them anywhere from $5 to $10. I mean, and then you just have to pick the games accordingly based on the price they give you.
Amazing stuff. Now, do you do a lot of like bundling? I'm assuming you do some, probably when you find a few things that you like, you try to bundle it to get a better price too. Is that one of your techniques?
Yeah. So I'll mention like exactly what happened with this microphone, right? The last time I was supposed to come on, we were having audio issues. So those next 2 days, I made a list of like all different things: microphones, audio interfaces, webcams. And if I saw anything that was related to like videos and live streaming, I bought it as long as I got it to where I can make a little bit of money when I decide to sell it.
You are a true reseller, my friend.
So with this microphone, the deal was I was asking about video games. I had a bunch of older games, and I had like a stack of newer games. And then they had an Xbox 360 in the original box. And they were only asking for 30 for that. So I was getting that. And with the games that he was still giving me good prices. And then with the games, he was going to do like $100 on the games, and then like $30 on the 360. So like that was $130. Now I asked him what the best price he could do on the microphone was, and he had told me the best price he could do was $130. And so after he was telling me his price on the games, I said, you know what, grab the microphone, and I put it that he'd already told me all the prices, but I still asked him again. I said, you know what, I'm going to take all the games, I'm going to take the 360, and I'm going to take the microphone. You just let me know what the best you can do on everything is, and I'm going to buy it. Like, whatever price you tell me, I'm going to buy. And he gave it to me for $200, which was going to be like 270, 275, I think. And then he still dropped it all the way down to $200 because I bundled the microphone.
That's amazing. So when you first ask what the price is, you kind of double back and ask again and see if possibly he goes lower.
Oh yeah, I'll ask, maybe up to 4 times.
So I've got a good question for you. Actually, it's not my question. I'm not taking credit here because Mom, who's also in Oregon, who's an amazing supporter of mine, says she gets intimidated by pawn shops. What, give her some ideas of how she can be a little bit more confident, because I got to be honest, like sometimes I go in pawn shops, I used to get intimidated, right? Because it's just a different feel, to pawn shops than if you walk into like a Goodwill or something. Do you have any tips around that? Maybe possibly like how you can be like, how would a beginner start out buying stuff at pawn shops?
So for pawn shops, the number one thing is the video games, because every individual item is priced fair. I won't say it's a great deal, but it's priced fair. And the video games, though, where you make your money is they price them all the same. Same thing with DVDs and Blu-rays. If you want to take the time, you could find like live concert DVDs that sell for good money. I just don't mess with that, but it's like I could easily make more money if I did that. But so you want to focus on those things that they price them all the same, which are going to be, if you want to do the DVD thing, or what I do, I like the video games. And then you pick out, you ask them the price, and you just look through them to see if anything's worth it. Sometimes, like, I'll look through, and there's only like a couple that are worth it, and then I just like don't bother. I don't want to take the time to check out and only get 2 games. So just look through it. Now, eventually, though, on the great price on the individual items, it's stuff that has been in there for a while. Now, aged inventory is where you see the sell prices at pawn shops. Something that's been in there, after it's been in there a certain amount of months, they even have it on the price tag sometimes. They're like, at this date, the price drops down to this price. At this date, the price drops down to this price. And the longer it's been in here, the cheaper it'll get. And if it gets like over a year, which is the pawn shop's goal, most pawn shops, they want to sell something within a year of them getting that in inventory. And if it's been over a year, that's when you see it on the clearance rack or the clearance table, or it just says make offer. And you can look through and look for those stuff. But eventually I just get in there now and I'm just like, hey, what stuff is aged? Like what stuff has been in here for a while? What are y'all trying to clear out of your systems? And like the lady today, she's like, what are you looking for? And I should have told her, I said, anything I get a good deal on. Like my main interest is video games that I add to my collection. But if I find something for cheap that I can make money on it, I'll buy it.
So I think there was 2 tips there that I think that even I'll take with me. One, asking the question, do you have any inventory that is aged or on clearance that you're looking to get rid of? I think if you ask that question, opens the door. I think that's a huge nugget to simply ask that question. We also have another tip too. Alexander said good pro tips while in pawn shops after wheeling and dealing. Save the stuff you bring to sell. So if you're selling to that pawn shop, wait for the end so you can leverage a better price. So basically, hey, I bought stuff from you, now buy this, and you'll probably get a little bit better price. I think that's a really cool tip.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't. Why would you sell to a pawn shop?
That's true. Like, but who knows? Maybe
if you're reselling, the only thing I can understand at pawn shops is if they do just give up, like, hey, we give $2 or $3 for any PS4 games. Then you take all like Madden 14s and 15s there. That's the only place I can see. Otherwise, you're going to do better on eBay, Amazon, Craigslist, Facebook, Let Go, OfferUp.
Now, do you buy inventory from those apps by chance?
Every now and then. I don't. It's just kind of, I'll look maybe once or twice a day. I don't have any alerts set up or anything like that.
Nice. Now, Guys, if you have any questions, put them in chat. I think the pawn shop stuff is cool because I need to do more sourcing at pawn shops. I do a little bit, but I don't do as much as I should. Do you have, when you go to these pawn shops, are you building relationships with the people there or the owners to see if you can get better deals?
Yeah, and that was something else I was going to mention. Like all the things I talk about, that's good on the first like 3 visits. But now I have like 5 pawn shops where I walk in, they give me any old game for dirt cheap. They give me any new game for dirt cheap. And then they say, hey, here's all the stuff we have aged. And there's even like a few pawn shops where I'll look through everything they have out, and then they let me go in the back room and let me look through what hasn't even been put out yet.
And Mom, there's that's a good tip. There's a lot of pawn shops here in Oregon, Mom. You got to get after it.
And like I was talking about the age, I'll give you a great example. This was in the electronics thing. This is a Canon Rebel T3, okay? And they had at this pawn shop, the price tag on it was $300, and it, you know, had like one of the little sell stickers on it. And I was like, hey, does that have the charger? And she came back, she has, no, it doesn't have the charger. And I already gave her, you know, the anything where I get a good deal spiel. Had a $300 price tag on it. She gave it to me for $100 just by talking and being upfront.
That's incredible. And I got to shout out Jay. He said, this channel is golden nuggets. Can't believe it only has 1.8K subs, but guess what? 1.8K amazing people that follow me. There's 70 people watching, so I appreciate that. But I really appreciate the humbleness there. And yeah, the purpose is to resell or interview resellers that aren't spotlighted to learn new items, new tricks, new anything regarding reselling. So awesome comment.
Definitely. I mean, I'm definitely I use clear tape. I only use clear tape, but now I'm going to be getting some colored tape after learning the Flippin' Daily priority mailbox hack last night.
Oh, I know Flippin' Daily is still in here, but he's got like an infectious personality. Like I feel like, you know, although he says he uses his spare bedroom and no more, he's not inviting any more guests. I feel like he'd be fun to hang out with for a day, you know?
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
All right, let's do some more hauls. Show us some more stuff. These guys are loving it.
All right. Okay, so it will be in the haul video, but I didn't pay for this because my grandma is getting ready to sell her house, and my grandfather passed away some years back, and I never wanted to push, but now that she's selling, she was like, I don't want to like clothes, like most people like clothes, but I tell her, I was like, hey, those clothes sell for good money. With that being said, like I didn't pay for these, but these are still kind of hauls.
Heck, if I get something free, it's still in my haul video.
But we have this Panhandle Slim shirt. Check this print out.
That is colorful. What is that?
A Panhandle Slim shirt, which, you know, they usually have. Panhandle Slim is a good brand to look out for, especially like pearl snap shirts. This one's not pearl snap, but the print is so cool that, you know, it should sell pretty good. And then a bunch of like vintage cowboy design print shirts. Like here's a Wrangler one. So we have this like Aztec geometric Wrangler print. Then we have another like old Wrangler shirt. And then here is a Wrangler pearl snap right here.
You know, those colorways are gonna, like, those colored shirts are gonna fly.
And then this one, I don't know anything about this one. I mean, I know a little bit about the brand, but I don't know about this print because this is a Chaps Ralph Lauren with the little ski guy on there.
Huh.
So, and then, you know, some like a Wrangler one with some ducks on it. Then we have a thing called Bit and Brittle with some horses. Just some random clothes like that.
You know what? I bet you put that online. Flippin' Daily is going to be interested in some of those colorful ones, you know, being a hippie and all.
He can wear them at his raves. All right, man, this was probably my best find. So I'll wait. I'll just do it now before I do the rest of the clothes, because the rest of the clothes tie into something else. But I got this for $7.80, and this is Joy Rich X Giza, which is like they do like different collabs with different people. But Joy Rich stuff sells like extremely. I had no idea about this brand until looking it up. But like their hoodies and stuff go for like $160 on their website, and they just do different collabs with like, they have one with Playboy right now, different stuff. This colorway was from their spring summer 2012 collection, and I've seen some ones that are like Keith Haring is an artist with a little cartoony dance guys. I've seen some of his stuff with Joy Rich go for like $300. They have some asking prices of $600 up there. So I mean, I got this for $4, and I haven't seen any of these on eBay, so I'm thinking I'm just gonna like start it at 200 and drop it until it sells.
That's exactly what I do. If you're unsure, if you look at the solds and completed comps, or you even look at just pure listings, like throw it high and see what happens, and then kind of average down, or keep it high and wait. A lot of times, guys, this is what I recommend. And this isn't the gospel. So if I have an item, a unique item, I'll throw it high, and if it doesn't have, if I don't see any interest in it, I'll check my title. Sometimes I'll adjust the title, or I'll check make sure your category is correct, and then I won't adjust the price. I'll keep it high for another week or two, and then if it still does not garner any interest, then I'll drop the price, because sometimes it is your titles, and then once you resolve the title issue, then you'll see that you get watchers or views. Now, watchers and views doesn't necessarily mean that your item is going to sell, but I actually like to view my items based on views and not watchers in a way, because views, at least it's being seen, so I know that the title is correct, and I know that it's out there, it's being seen. So I like to kind of showcase my views a little bit on my more expensive items to see if it's being seen.
Yeah, so I'll mention kind of what I do. All of my listings are 30-day listings, and so I don't adjust anything. I let them go for 30 days. If they haven't sold, then I always drop the price on everything until it sells. And I use sell similar for everything, just to get that new listing, little new listing stamp next to listing. The only thing I use watchers for is if it has like more than 4 watchers on it, I will relist those items, because then those watchers will get the little ping that say the item you're interested in was relisted at a lower price. And so that's the good thing about watchers. Don't sell similar on items that have a bunch of watchers. On those, you need to relist them, so all those watchers get that ping.
Huge tip. And I think it's just to add to that, the 30-day, every time you do a new listing after your listing is done after 30 days, I think it's a good time to reflect on that item, because sometimes when you do good until canceled, that stuff will sit on there for 6 months and you'll never adjust the title or the title or the price. But when it's every 30 days, it reminds you, hey, this has been here 30 days. Where am I at with this item? Like, because the market changes constantly. It goes up and down on whatever particular item you have. Some fall out of good standing. Some are just not as popular. So when your 30 days comes up, it kind of gives you a refreshed, renewed, like, okay, I need to do something with this listing because it's been 30 days. It reminds you to do something like that.
Yeah. I don't know if you had said it or something, but somebody said that's what Side Hustle Pros does.
Yeah, I said that. And I said that of Side Hustle Pros. That's where I got that tip from. And when he said that on one of his videos, it just clicked with me, because it wasn't necessarily for me. Like, the one thing I like about Good Until Canceled is I have so many items that it was getting repetitive with just one person. Had to go back and relist all those. But then after he said that, it kind of I think it makes you a better, eBayer within your listings to adjust every 30 days. And so amazing tip. And those of you, I'm sure you guys are following Side Hustle Pros, but just YouTube search his channel, because he's pretty amazing. He's got some good stuff.
Definitely.
All right. So you've shown a little bit. Let me show a few items, and then maybe we can show a few more things. Then we'll wrap it up here. So guys, I went to Salvation Army. Those of you who don't know, I had a interview with Flipping Daily yesterday, and he inspired me to go to Salvation Army. So I went to Salvation Army and didn't do as well as him, but I picked up a few items. Let me show you now. Some really cool stuff. Some probably worth nothing, but I just wanted to pick them up anyways. So 1 second. All right.
Drum roll.
I'm going to do the least fun stuff first, and then we'll get this out of the way. All right. So I got this Sydney 2000, and this shirt's a little faded, unfortunately. Polo here, but as you guys can see, it's I like picking up anything that has 2000. For me, like, I think that was a pivotal year. It was, like, memorable, and people like to buy stuff that has like the year 2000 on it. I don't know why, but I picked up this Sydney shirt, and it's XXL, so I know that it will have no problem, and I don't know exactly how much I'm going to get for it, guys. I haven't actually picked up this shirt before, but Sydney 2000, I think it'll definitely sell. So that's the first thing. All right, going on to the next. So I picked up, by the way, guys, I went to Salvation Army. I told you that, but they had half off day pretty much on everything. And then anything that had blue tag was only $1. So, all right. Yes. Oh, dude, I picked up some amazing stuff. Okay. I picked up this Disney shirt. I keep saying shirts. I don't know why I'm saying shirt, but this is really faded and it's got some issues here. But it was only $2.50. And it is, what year was this? Typically the Disney tags have it on the back. This one does not, but I'm assuming it's, oh yeah, sorry, 2000. So Walt Disney, and it was 2000 is when this shirt came out. So I'm going to sell this bad boy. It's a little faded. But it's it'll go. And I think this is a 2XL. So, all right. So we're getting into the fun stuff. I got a P.O Box shirt. This is new with tags, by the way. And guess what? It was blue. It was $1. $1.
Does that say 2000 on it?
No. That's funny. I got a lot of Disney stuff this year 2000. It's crazy. No, but it's an XL. I think it's even kind of a big XL, to be honest. But yeah, $1. Let me show you the tag here. So anyways, for $1, you can't pass that up.
Yeah, 2000. I mean, that was Y2K. Everybody thought the computer code was going to collapse. The society.
Yeah, and when I'm at the bins, I get a lot of that. Like, there was a lot of, by the way, in year 2000, there was a lot of software that came out. Like, you need to buy this because your computer's going to crash. And you guys, if you see that, pick it up. It sells quick. All right.
Dude, side note, do you know, like, that was like the massive industry in '99 was because all the computer code was written with 2-digit years. So like it was a huge push for everybody to just find whoever they can to get to people in their code to make their 2-digit year numbers 4-digit year numbers. And that was like the big thing why they thought there was going to be a lot of bugs and crash and water wasn't going to work right and computers.
It's incredible. Like I graduated in 2004. So I was a freshman when that happened. Anyways, time is flying. I don't know. Like I'm 32 this year. I know that seems young to a lot of people, but I feel like time is flying. And when I do reselling, like I have so much I have to do that I just feel like time is just like whew, the day goes by quick, All right, so we have it's not 2000. We have another Disney shirt, guys. And Flipping Daily, yes, Salvation Army. I did a post on Instagram. These are the tags. Let me show you. That's what the tags look like on Salvation Army here. But this one was made in the U.S. Disney, and just a basic Disney t-shirt. So, all right, I've got a really cool one. And guys, I think I'm going to keep this bad boy. I'm going to keep this, I think. Are you guys ready? Oh my God, this thing is amazing. You tell me what you guys think. Okay?
I'm ready to see what's going in the closet.
Oh, this is going in the closet for sure. Let me move the mic. Okay, ready? Ramen. It's got a hood too. Isn't that thing amazing?
That's golden.
Oh my gosh. This thing is amazing. Oh man. And it's in pretty good shape. And it was half off day, so here you go. I don't know if you guys can see that.
I think I saw a picture not too long ago, and those might have matching pants.
Do they? Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to hit that up on eBay real quick and see if it does have matching pants. Everybody's saying keeper. What do you guys think? And it's pretty good material. It's unreal. Yeah, it's pretty good shape. Guys, I'm keeping it. I'm keeping it. Ashley, if you're watching this, I'm wearing this thing tomorrow. All right. 1 second. Okay. I try to give you guys funky stuff, guys. Like, I'm trying not to do bread and butter. That way. I saw that outfit on Instagram. Natalie, is there pants? Wear then sell. Lauren, by the way, Lauren, City Loots just shouted me out on Instagram. I really humbly appreciate your shout out on Instagram. So much love in here. I appreciate it, guys. I'm trying to get as many people to discover me as possible, so that way when I do these interviews, more people can get discovered. So please hit the little bell button below. That way when I go live, you guys know. And please subscribe if you're not. I would love you guys. All right, so let's do another. Now, this is not a huge find. I did look up this brand. It's actually quite horrible, but it does sell like 3 times a day, which is not very good. But there's nothing out there like this. It's mostly shirts. So I got Piranha Joe. I don't. Have you heard of this brand before? So
I have not heard of that.
Oh, okay. It's now all the ones that are on there. If anybody in chat has heard of the Piranha Joe, please let me know in chat. I'm curious.
Is that, does the tag say it? Because to me that kind of appears like it might be like a restaurant in that location or something.
I don't know. I honestly have never seen this brand before. And then I looked at it because look at the tag. It's like a fish, like a legit fish.
The tag is worth it alone.
Yeah, I saw the tag and I was like, you know what? The funny thing is I didn't even pull comps. I just bought it because I was like, dude, there's no way that somebody wouldn't want this thing, you know? It was half off, $5.99, but it's pretty cool. And so I pulled the comps, and the cool thing too is it's got like a weird fish attached to the bottom. Like you just walk around with that weird like attachment of a fish down there. It's kind of hard to see, but yeah. It's kind of cool.
Hopefully it's like not on the very front part of the shirt.
That's a good question. Yeah, it is. It's on the right. It's on the right hand side. You got a little piranha attached. But yeah, it's crazy.
It's not like right where the buttons are.
No. Yep. It sells. It sells. You know, there was a shirt that sold for like $20, but then it's weird. Then other shirts sell for like, I don't know. This is a button up, and there was no button ups. But anyways, this should sell. So pretty crazy. All right. Now, this is a really cool find. 1996.
I think I saw this on the Instagram.
Did you? Yes. Denim. And this is ladies' pants, women's pants. And the funny thing is it's in pretty good shape. And then you can see there. And then Looney Tunes. There's the tag, guys. What do you guys think? Any ladies in the house would wear this? But yeah, so when you get jeans, you obviously want to check the inside, make sure the buttons work. And the funny thing is when I take jean photos, so I'll take it like this, and then I'll take one with it open, so that way they know that the zipper works and the button is intact. So just keep that in mind. I like to do that, and I think it helps me. You just take one of it open like that, and it lets them know kind of, hey. But let's see. Yeah, 1996. So I think these will sell. These will sell quick.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. I'm trying to think. I had a few more.
I have a question for you, Wade. Since you just grabbed that hoodie, my question is.
1 second. I got to put on this ramen thing for everybody. One moment.
Right on.
Okay, go ahead. Ask your question.
Yeah, so because for me, what I do, because I did buy something today that I decided to keep. It was a very lightweight Hurley long sleeve hoodie. and it was super soft.
Uh-huh.
That fits you really good.
It actually doesn't smell bad. So I've got a story to tell you guys, but I'll spare you. It was hilarious. But yeah, go. I'm curious.
Well, I mean, what I was getting at is because like what I do to keep myself from not having a closet full of clothes. Also, like I wear the same thing. I'm not like super into style that much or anything, but it's like I kept that long sleeve purple hoodie, and it was like very lightweight and it was super soft. It's like what I did is when I put that, I threw it in my dirty clothes hamper, and then I pulled something out of my closet. So like I put something in the bin. So it's like if I'm adding something, I have to take something out.
That's actually a good tip. That way it kind of keeps you from like going massively overboard. When you put something in, you got to take something out and sell it. I think that's great. This is amazing. Guys, thumbs up in chat if you guys think I should send this to Chris 10K on the Bay. Do you think he would rock this? Let me know in chat if you guys think I should send it to him. But anyways, so do you have a few more items you want to show? Because I think I'm out, and we have 10 more minutes.
Well, I'll talk all right. So the rest of my clothes and that box of stuff all goes together. So another thing, like I was driving home, I was done garage selling. I was driving home, and I saw a sign for a garage sale. Went down the road, and ended up talking with the guy for a while. Like I bought this really cool spring tester. Like I showed it in one of my haul videos, but he said to come back because he had more stuff up in the attic. And he was a really well-known race car driver. So at one time he held like multiple world records, but he said like since they've been broken. So he was showing me around and took me up in his office, and he had these little trophies there. And I pulled them up, and only none were listed. 2 were sold, and both of them sold. One sold for like $350, and the other one sold for like $480 each for these trophies. And he had like 15 of them, and I was like, man, if you want to sell those trophies, but anyways, I didn't get the trophies, but I was able to go back and get a couple things from him, and I crawled up in his attic, and I felt like American Pickers. Like I was crawling up in his attic, pulling out boxes, going through stuff. But here's some of the stuff I got from this one guy. A bunch of racing stuff. So this is like old, legit, like authentic, like worn in races or for the racing team. So I have this Team Lowe's Racing, like thermal, like fire shirt right here. And I have like a couple of like these like racing shirts. The fact that like this is what he used and he was like a pretty big racer and had a lot of trophies is like a reason I bought a bunch of his stuff. This is just kind of a cool little thing from the Hot Rod Association. It's kind of like an old pullover. And this is a t-shirt. So this is his name was Jake Foyt. So this was like a Foyt Racing. So this is like a plain t-shirt. And I was like, this might be the one thing I keep just kind of to remind myself of that. And then like his old jacket, like with stains all over it. Old racing jacket. And then also when I was up in his attic, he had, I want to say like 8 boxes of old hats.
And those of you why he's getting the hats, I put his YouTube channel in the chat, guys. So if you click that, subscribe. He's got amazing content coming out. So, and we'll put it below the video too for those of you who are watching after this is live. But
these are all like vintage 70s, 80s, and 90s trucker hats, and I got like 30 something of them for like just the hats I paid $50 for. But this includes like some of his like Winston drag racing stuff.
Dude, that's gonna fly.
Man, see if I can find a quick one of like these like Goodyear ones with the patches. But where is? Oh, here we go. And like so, they give these like when somebody wins like one of their classes for the NHRA, which stands for the National Hot Rod Association, they give the winner like 5 of these hats. So this is like one of his winner hats from when he won.
Oh wow, 1987. I was born in 1986.
So like, I mean, this is probably get the most for maybe, but it's in a rough shape. But the fact like that was just so. Anyways, a bunch of hats.
What did you pay for those hats?
For the whole box, I paid $50.
Wow. Incredible. So we have Mr. Pac-Man in the house, one of my most loyal and amazing followers, and I follow him as well. Really cool guy. He says, I love old trucker hats, and that's amazing to pay $50 for all those.
Yeah, I mean, there's like a bunch of these like fishing ones. Like this is from the 1990 Texas Bass Tournament. Exxon like well control school. Like, man.
You know what you should get? Show them a few more items. I'm gonna actually quickly go grab my hat display and show them my hat display that works great when I do hats. But show them a few more items. I'll be right back with that, and I'll show you guys.
All right, so I'll just go off. The purple hoodie that I added to my collection. What I took out was the shoes I wore today because I've had them and I wear them every now and then, but I think they're just too narrow for my feet. So these are the shoes that I took out of my collection or out of my closet, but just some Stefan Janowski's. They sell good. But essentially I was like, man, these hurt. That's what I pulled out of my closet when I kept the purple hoodie. And then the other pair of shoes I got at the half off today. They were asking like 24 for them. So I got them for $12. But these are, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but they are To Boot New York. And they sell for good money. These are like new condition, have like the suede ankle boot look, lace up. I think they'll sell for like anywhere from $80 to $150.
Guys, I haven't named this hat display yet, but this is the he's a little dusty, but this is the hat display that I use. And I've done like
that's Snake Eyes.
Yeah, I've done you know, like it's just a hard plastic, and I've done a lot of hat like pictures, and I found that this one is amazing. It helps because you can take like different angles, so you can use that angle and then switch to this angle, and it kind of gives like a good, like it looks good on photos, guys. You can get white ones too, so that way if you shine a bunch of light on it, you can pretty much only see the hat itself, but it still like does the whole form. So if you want one of these, I do have it in my link tree, guys. You go to my Amazon, or you go to my link tree. It's a second link, and you can purchase these on Amazon, and they're not that crazy. I think I bought this a while ago, but I think it's like $35, and for $35, I think it's worth it. But they're pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, it would also be like people can even use those for like necklaces too.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah. Necklaces. And it sits flat, which is really nice. So, okay. Excuse me.
If I were you, I would name it Snake Eyes.
Snake Eyes. I haven't named it. I don't use it. I don't use it much anymore. Can you see your reflection in it? I haven't had that issue. Now you can see a reflection on the sides of the shoulders of the lights. But a lot of times I don't take a picture of that. I just take a picture of the hat and the head. So backdrop with that. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you could do a black backdrop with that. That would be good too. I try to stick with the white though, because the Google Images pulls from white. But still, yeah, that would look really good. You can get the white version too, if that helps. But can I say this? Like, you are one of my most favorite interviews. Like, you're super knowledgeable. And I think it's really inspiring that you had, and you went to college, right? And you could have this really amazing job with benefits, and yet you're reselling. You're in the trenches with all of us. You're on the same platform as us, and it's really cool to have people like you on YouTube and Instagram, because we learn so much. Like your pawn shop techniques, 3 of those I've never thought of myself, and it's really cool because I learn just as much as anybody else in chat. So I just want to say I humbly appreciate you joining the YouTube channel here tonight. And I really urge everybody that's watching this either live or after this is, recorded, to subscribe to your YouTube channel and then also your Instagram. Do you guys have like any questions that we can ask him before we cut this video? Any questions, put it in chat. And do you have any words of wisdom, anything deep down you can give our audience?
I mean, my as you notice, anytime you have an interview, my question to them is always like, what are the top places you want to travel to? So it's great to do this to make money, which is, we all do it to make money in a sense. But also like do it to where it gets what you want to, you get what you want to do out of it, right? If like State's Place, right? Her goal, she started doing it to spend more time with her kids, to be at home, and people do things for different reasons. So I guess, hustle hard and build up your base to make your money at first, but then also you're gonna have to step back and realize why you got into it to begin with, and don't lose focus of that. Don't get too swept away. Just always like, also don't forget to do what makes you happy. So I guess,
like I was telling you before the show, most of the successful people on YouTube don't do it for the money. Like, I don't think you guys realize, but I made $3, like literally $3 on YouTube since I've started. I'm not even monetized yet on my YouTube channel. And the reason I bring that up is, yes, I am going to get paid eventually. But I don't do this for the money. I truly like YouTube. It's amazing. Like, I feel giddy every time I'm going to do an interview, or if somebody asks me to be on their YouTube channel, or I create content. Like, it's so much fun to see the finished product. And that's why I like to have these cool people on here, because they're just starting out with the same desire. You're not doing this for money, right? You're doing this because you enjoy it. You're not getting paid on it yet, or for a while. So I really encourage everybody to start YouTube channels. Like, even if you're not necessarily, if you're new at reselling, let's create the channel and do it for fun, and I guarantee it'll go places. Just don't think of it as the money.
So because right now, what I'm gonna love most about YouTube is being able to put my travel adventures up there. And like, instead of looking back at pictures, I'll be able to go back and just like watch a YouTube video, which I have some coming out. And like, to give you an example, in 2016, me and my college roommate did a 2-month road trip. So I have like a bunch of photos and a little bit of video from that I'm trying to make into a YouTube video. And then like last year, I rafted the entire Grand Canyon. And so I got to put that video together. And that's what's going to be for me. It's going to be like, oh, yeah, other people will enjoy watching it. And then the reselling aspect of it is, it's the thing I've enjoyed most about it is I put up videos, and then I've like had a buddy text me that said, hey, I want that jacket, or set that aside. Or it's like one of my family members hit me up about a big, like, it wasn't Legos, it was Mega Bloks, but it was a big submarine. And he texted me after he saw the video, and he's like, hey, I want it, because his son is actually on that same kind of submarine. So it's like, all right, set it aside for you. So that's been cool about the haul videos.
I mean, had I not interviewed Flipping Daily, I would not have this ramen, hoodie right now. I wouldn't have been inspired to go to Salvation Army. I wouldn't have the chance to learn about pawn shops had I not talked to you. And so it's really, really cool, guys. Humbly appreciate it. Cindy is in chat, and she says, another great interview. Cindy, you've always been amazing. Please leave your comments below. Leave comments below, like the video, please subscribe, hit the little bell button. And I really appreciate you guys' time. We'll have another interview tomorrow, which is going to be on Thursday because I missed Monday. And so if you guys have anybody that you want me to interview that is not extremely YouTube or Insta famous, please have them reach out to me. Email me at wade@wadesventure without the s.com. And I would love to interview them. So search for people for me, help me out, get these amazing people on here. And I really appreciate your time, guys. Any parting words?
No, again, thanks for having me. I appreciate what you do. You know, if people listening haven't done it yet, smash the like button because, you know, it's cool to communicate and talk over YouTube, but just from me watching everybody else, I learned a bunch of stuff too, and that's what it's all about: spreading knowledge and learning more things. Because it's all, the best thing that you can do is commit yourself to lifelong learning.
You guys have an awesome day. I will see you tomorrow, like always. Same time, another interview. Have a great day, guys.